Hello and welcome to this video lecture on computer-mediated communication, or simply CMC, with me, Miss Annie. In today's digital world, we communicate using many forms of technology through chats, emails, social media, and video calls. But have you ever wondered how these type of communications affect the way we interact, speak, or even think? In this 20-minute session, we will explore what CMC is. So let's get started. CMC stands for Computer-Mediated Communication. It refers to any form of communication between people that happens through the use of computers, smartphones, or other digital devices. It includes emails, chat, video conferencing, online forums, and even social media. CMC can be synchronous, real-time, like Zoom or WhatsApp call, or asynchronous, not real-time, like emails or discussion forums. At its most basic, computer-mediated communications refers to any forms of communications that occurs through the use of two or more network computers or digital devices. This includes not just computers in the traditional sense, but also smartphones, tablets, and even smartwatches. More precisely, CMC is defined as the process of human communications via computers or digital channels, which can happen either in real time or with a delay. The message might be in text, audio, video, or a mix of multiple modes. Traditionally, human communications happen face-to-face in classroom, office, homes, or public spaces. But with the rise of digital technology, especially the internet, we now spend a large portions of our lives interacting through screens. Think about your daily routines. How often do you send message on WhatsApp? Or post something on Instagram or Twitter? Or join a Zoom meeting? And submit an assignment through Google Classroom? Each of these is an example of CMC, where people communicate not directly, but through a technological interface. Now that we've defined what computer-mediated communication is, let's take a closer look at its core components. The first core components of CMC may seem like a complex concept, but at its heart, it involves three essential building blocks. First, the medium or channel. The second, the message. And the third one, the communicators. Let's explore each of these in more depth. First, we have the medium. Sometimes it refers to as the channel. In CMC, the medium is always technologically based. It's the digital platforms or tools that allow communication to take place. And this could be a text-based platform like WhatsApp, email, or online discussion forums, a voice-based platform like a phone cell or a voice note, a video platform like Zoom or Microsoft Teams, or a multimodal platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, where users can post videos, image, text, and audio all in one space. The choice of medium isn't neutral. It shaped how we communicate. For example, on Twitter or X, users are constrained by a character limit, encouraging short and impactful posts. On Zoom, the lack of physical presence means we rely more on facial expression and voice tone. And on Instagram stories, messages are temporary, influencing how people share more spontaneously. So, The technical feature on the platforms, like whether it supports emojis, whether it's synchronous or asynchronous, whether it includes typing indicators, all influence how messages are created and interpreted. Second, we have the message, the actual content that is being communicated. In CMC, message can be linguistic, a written or spoken words, or paralinguistics, emojis, GIFs, punctuation, or emphasis that suggests tones or emotion. The visual, like image, videos, or memes, or a multimodal, a combination of these, like a TikTok video with text captions and background music. In traditional face-to-face communications, we rely heavily on nonverbal cues like tone of voice, facial expression, posture, and physical proximity. In CMC, these cues are either missing, reduced, or digitally represented. That's why users have developed creative ways to enhance meaning, such as using emojis to show emotions, repeating letters to show intensity, or writing in all caps to indicate shouting. Messages in CMC are often carefully crafted, sometimes more carefully than in face-to-face interactions. Because of this permanent and shareable nature of digital communications, one message, once posted or sent, can be screenshot, forwarded, or even go viral. The third, of course, are the communicators, the people involved in the interaction. In CMC, communicators can be individuals, like when you chat with a friend on WhatsApp, groups, such as a class discussion on Google Classroom forums, organizations or public figures, like a company posting on social media. But here's where it gets interesting. The identity of the communicators can also be shaped or hidden in CMC, unlike the face-to-face interaction in online environments. People can hide behind usernames or avatars. They can present curated versions of themselves through profile pictures, bios, or selected contents, or they might perform different identities depending on the platform, formal like LinkedIn, casual on Instagram, and anonymous on Reddit. So, communication in digital spaces is not just about exchanging information. It's about managing how we present ourselves, navigating online relationships, and even dealing with miscommunication or online conflict. Additionally, the communicators are not always human. In many contexts today, we are also interacting with chatbots, the automated system, and AI assistants, which adds as a new layer to the concept of communicators in CMC. To recap, CMC involves a medium that transmits the message, a message that can be linguistic, visual, or multimodal, and communicators who may be individuals or groups managing their digital presence. Each of these components influences how communication takes place, how meaning is constructed, and how relationships are formed in digital spaces. In short, the technology is not just a tool, it's part of the message itself. And understanding these components help us better navigate, analyze, and participate in digital communication effectively. So, even though computers are involved, the essence of the communication, sending and receiving meaningful message, remains human. Now that we understand what computer-mediated communication is and its core component, the next important question is, why should we study CMC? Why does it matter so much in our modern world? Let me share several reasons. Each one shows how deeply CMC affects our daily life, our work, and even our societies. First, CMC is everywhere. From the moment you wake up, you probably check your phone. You might send a message, post a photo, watch a video, or attend a virtual meeting. Whether it's chatting with friends on WhatsApp, collaborating with colleagues on Slack, or engaging in online learning through platforms like Zoom or Google Classroom, we are constantly communicating through digital channels. The internet and digital technology have become the primary means by which people connect, share, and collaborate across the globe. Because CMC is so pervasive, understanding how it works helps us become more effective communicators in our personal and professional lives. Second, CMC shapes how we form and maintain social relationships and identity. In online, people can create profiles, share updates, and interact with diverse communities. And this impacts how friendships develop and sustain, how families stay connected over distance, and how communities mobilize for social causes. CMC also allows for identity explorations and presentations. In online, people can express part of themselves that might be harder to show offline. This has profound psychological and sociological implications. Therefore, studying CMC helps us understand these dynamics, how digital environment influence who we are, and how we relate to others. The third, CMC changes the nature of language and communication itself. Digital communication often uses shortened language like LOL or BRB, emojis and GIFs to convey emotion, hashtag to organize the ideas, and this leads to the creation of new language forms and social norms. For example, understanding how tone or sarcasm is conveyed without vocal cues, and it is an important topic in linguistics. Therefore, by studying CMC, we gain insight into how language evolves in the digital age and how meaning is negotiated online. The fourth, CMC has revolutionized education and work. Remote learning and telecommuting have become common nowadays. Understanding CMC allows educators to design better online courses and help employees communicate effectively across digital platforms. Studying CMC provides practical skills for managing virtual teams, facilitating online discussion, and using digital tools to collaborate effectively. These skills are essential in this 21st century workplace and education system. And the last one, CMC raises important ethical, social, and political issues. We know that digital communication raises questions about privacy. How is personal data used and protected online? Or digital divide, who has access to digital communications and who doesn't? Or misinformation, how do false messages spread and affect societies? And of course, the online harassment and cyberbullying. how do we create safer in online spaces? So, by studying CMC, we become more aware of these challenges and better equipped to navigate the digital world responsibly.